Hello and welcome to Superhero Hub. I'm Sam.
Matt.
Tell them.
We're reviewing Krypton.
Yeah, episode 3. Go on then.
Um, I don't know what to make of the voice of Rao. We learned a lot more about him in this episode. Is he someone now? I mean, let's just skip to the end. What does that mean? The Brainiac thing. So he wasn't an emissary of Brainiac. He didn't work for Brainiac.
No, because I thought we were going to get a look at him, because we kind of did, didn't we? We saw the back of him. He was kind of a ripped guy, kind of slicked back hair. So the problem with me is, like, with this time travel thing, there's a lot of alarm bells that rang off for me. Specifically the Zod thing. Do you know, like, Colin Salmon's character?
Yeah.
I
Was that Colin Sam?
Yeah, bald guy with the beard that was kind of interrogating Seg. For a lot of the time during the episode, I thought he was General Zod.
How could he be General? Oh, going to the time travel.
Because he says he's there.
They're not going to give you Zod.
He said, I'm specifically there to save Kandor, and then when he asked about, oh, did you know my grandfather? And it was like, oh, I've kind of had a funny history with the L's, with the House of L or whatever, so I thought, oh, okay then, you know what I mean. And next episode, it's a more extreme kind of, the fact is with Black Zero and they're stopping Brainiac, so I figured maybe he came back because
That'd be dopey.
because it's all to kind of save Krypton in general.
Why would he save Krypton then? Surely he'd go back and save Krypton from ever blowing up.
Well, maybe Brainiac does something that eventually, the specific threat at the minute is Brainiac. He's got plenty of time to kind of find a way of stopping it blowing up. And in the next episode, which is the House of Zod, he grips her up and he notices that she's wearing a necklace. So maybe I'm thinking that he clocks that he's either her dad or General Zod. That's the bottom line, because I was thinking...
Well, then he's her dad.
Because maybe he saw the necklace and thought, oh, I've seen that before, my mother gave me that. And he puts two and two together.
If those are the two options you're giving me, then he's definitely her dad. He's not going to be Zod.
Well, how would he not know he's her dad?
Because I don't know. This is your theory, not mine.
There's
I
no
think they're
reason
both
not to know. So yeah, you kind of had that. And he weren't messing about, was he? He was like, no one touches him, and then that guy touched him and he just snapped his neck.
Mm-hmm.
That was very, you know what I mean.
I'll tell you what I could have done about this episode. They really amped up the soap opera stuff. Or the relationships and whatnot.
I'm surprised they didn't show nudity.
This is sci-fi, not HBO.
Yeah, I know, but I'm surprised they didn't show a bit of titty.
It's not that network that I know of anyway. They've really amped up the soap opera stuff, especially with Zod being sentenced to death or whatever it was, and we'll get to that in a minute. But at one point, Seg was literally like, a Krypton without her isn't worth saving. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
You can let your whole planet die for one woman.
I agree.
Absurd.
I agree.
It's not making me like this guy.
She must be that good. I like
because they really tried to amp up the Han Solo or whoever the new Han Solo is in the new Star Wars thing of when he was being tortured and they kept throwing out comedy lines, but it's like, mate, it's too late. You're not winning me over after that line. This episode, you were done with me.
My observation was, that little kid and her uncle, who turns out it's not her uncle, it's just a guy, and they keep taking, everywhere they take this kid, she gets like a bowl of food, but she never eats it. I've seen that kid with about 20 bowls of food and she never eats it. So yeah,
That was weird, wasn't it? The whole thing of not only am I not related to you, really, I'm also going to introduce you to a woman who's not related to me. This vaguely Indian woman who I didn't look this up, but she looked a lot like Sunita from EastEnders back in the 90s. I really should have checked that. Just look an older version of her, and I'm like, what is this for? What does this tell us? Why are you going to visit in his old stepmother he's probably never going to see again?
To kind of add emotional depth.
For who, though?
The show.
Yeah, I guess. So the little girl now somehow winds up being... What is she to the Voice of Rao?
A protege.
Okay.
Or cleric or whatever. So yeah, she kind of... I want to know how that's... So yeah, you kind of... Because I was always thinking he was a emissary for Brainiac, but then they kind of show him, so you kind of think, oh, he's human. You see him without the mask. And then later on, like, I guess the sister, like, dies, breaks down, and somehow the statue of Rao that she gave to the Voice of Rao, that's got a kind of Brainiac sentry thing in there, and he gets infected. It's interesting because they're sucking the Voice of Rao's kneecaps, like Vex and her dad, Nyssa, Vex and her dad, but like they're really planning to kind of overthrow him.
Yeah. That's surprising to me. Because I'm still trying to figure out how this dude came into power then.
Yeah, because like Nyssa's dad is like the high like prosecutor or whatever. Why wouldn't he just have the Voice of Rao assassinated and then like do nothing about it?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because I don't kind of... Because it seems to me like he's the Voice of Rao's best buddy in going about carrying his will, and you never really see him interact with anyone else. So you kind of think what's stopping him from just assassinating him, which is kind of what they're planning to do anyway. So that kind of confused me a little bit. So yeah, now he's like the Brainiac sentry, which we kind of figured would have happened before, but now we know it for fact. So I wonder... like what he's gonna do now. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, and it also shrouds what that will make you question: are we going to get answers to who he was before, or is he just going to be some mysterious guy who now is basically Brainiac? I struggle to work that one out. Also, with the main character, I think you was right. Seg before his best friend's sister died, he found out Zod was in like custody or whatever. He was about to hand her over.
Yeah, but like I don't see how that would have been a bad thing.
Neither do I, but it still seems like a betrayal.
Well, I would have been like, well, Adam Strange was like all over the place and ended up getting slapped for it. But yeah, I would have been like, look, here we are, this is what's going on. It weren't Black Zero. That would have proved everything. There would have been no doubt about it. And then yeah, Zod would have got off. They probably would have pardoned, like posthumously pardoned the thing. And then pretty much the House of El would have been kind of fixed up. So I don't know why Adam Strange kind of stopped them, because then, as opposed to them like, oh, we have to work under we have to work on the DL, and we have to like go out our way to find another way of doing stuff indirectly because no one else is going to believe us. They'd have everyone on side, so they'd actually be able to mount some sort of defense. And he was like, oh, we shouldn't do that. I don't get that.
Yeah, so she got arrested because the Voice of Rao, I guess, needed a scapegoat.
Yeah.
The mother... I'm still confused how I'm meant to feel about her mother. Am I meant to like her or not?
She's one of them ones where you know she loves her kid, but she can't show it really because she's all business. So you're meant to kind of just like, be that way towards her.
Okay, well, I guess they're doing their job well enough there. The the boyfriend declared his undying love, or the meant to be boyfriend for Zod, and then he got into a bit of a fight with Seg.
Yes, I swear Segel told him straight to his face. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then the mum kind of subdued him. So I wonder if Zod knows that he's that Segel's specifically trying to save her. So that must get her going.
Probably.
I can't imagine her coming out of prison and just being like, "Oh, you're a waste man, Seg."
I will say something for Seg. A positive for him in this episode. The way he killed that bird who was coming at him in the torture room, wherever it was, with the spider thing.
Yeah, and dashed it in his mouth.
Yeah.
In her mouth even. Had to do it. So yeah, and then he kind of breaks out. He manages to climb vertically up about a mile and then gets outside and I guess is in the Outlands somewhere. So yeah, they're looking...
See, that was a weird end to the episode for me.
Why?
I feel like they should have switched the scenes around, because if I remember rightly, that came after the Voice of Rao Brainiac thing.
Yeah.
Surely you end with that. 'Cause it just felt like the camera pulled away and I'm meant to be looking at something like it's a big reveal, but I'm not. Nah, it just looks kind of pretty. I was still thinking about the Brainiac thing, but yeah, what are you going to say?
I'll agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. 8. If we're talking numbers.
I'll give it a 7.5. I thought the episode was pretty good, but I really did get frustrated by the Seg thing. I want to like the character, but it's never a good idea to have your character, male or female, sacrifice anything and everybody, including their entire planet, for love. That's not likable.
But it's
Please don't do it again.
But she's prominent.
I don't care.
That's what makes me think Zod's got to be his kid.
No, he doesn't.
Has to be.
That's stupid.
Because if she had a kid with Dev M, then
Is that the bloke?
yeah, then surely
Okay.
he shouldn't have the second name Zod. He'd have the name M. So I figure she gets knocked up. And it's who's... But the problem is they're doing that Genesis chamber crap, ain't they?
But anyway, by your theory, you'd end up having an L, wouldn't he?
Well, no, because that's what I mean. If he didn't claim it, if he didn't claim the kid, or they were like, "Look, we've got to keep
make the same argument for any
we've got to
person.
keep the identity of the father a secret, so let him take your name." And
Don't give him stupid ideas.
And because he doesn't have a rank at the minute. He doesn't have a rank. So if he gets with her now and they flex, then because he hasn't got a rank, it's no choice but to be a Zod.
No. General Zod and Superman do not need to be related.
I don't know. I think so. I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you next time on The Hub.